Alright guys, another day, not another dollar because I'm not at work, but anyways, just pulled up out here at the last real permission property that I have, and this is my stepmother's parents' place, and it's been pretty good to me in the past. It's always been a place to come out here and especially shoot a doe, but today I've finally decided to get out here. It is September 22nd. Got my seed sower. I have 5 pounds of red and about 4.5 pounds of white because this thing has a hole in it. But clover. I got some clover today. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of rain in the forecast, but I'm hoping now that it's not too hot, it won't burn the seed up. I'm going to get back here. I come in a long time ago, months ago, and sprayed this area back here that I'm going to plant a lot of this clover, and I never made a good effort to get back out here work-wise to plant it. The rain would never line up, and when it was raining I couldn't get out here with the kids, the family and whatnot. Just, it was always something. So I'm basically just spreading and hoping today. I don't think that this seed would be any good, excuse me, next year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this backpack leaf blower with me, and essentially I'm going to go back here to this food plot, hope that it's dead enough to where I can spray all the leaf matter and get a good seed to soil contact on this seed, and pray that the dew will jump start this seed. It'll suck enough moisture out of the ground to get going, and then in the next, I don't know, say week, we get a good shower on it. I don't see this clover maturing enough to maybe do something this year, and it might not. I don't care, but I'm gonna take my chance. So regardless or not, once it takes, it'll be there for next year. I'm gonna sow it super heavy so it comes back thick, maybe blocks out the weeds. But enough jibber jabbering. I'm gonna put some permethrin on because this place is littered with seed ticks, and get on back here to the kill plot. All right, well, oh, spider. Ah, get away. I'm not a little girl. It's just a spider. All right. I have, oh, let me get this dang thing off. Made it back here. And you can see it looks kind of what I hoped it would look like. You've got all this leaf cover that's just sitting here, pretty much suffocating the soil. You do have a little bit of stuff that's grown back up. I guess that's to be expected. It hasn't rained a ton, which is why I believe it still looks this way. But I'm actually a little bit more excited than I was when I got here. It looks like some of the stuff that I planted late last year is coming up. It's probably not gonna make it, if I had to guess. Roots look like crap, you can see. Kind of, if it'll focus on it. Looks like a little bit of rape, just basically a brassica mix. Yeah, they've already been kind of hitting it. You can see they're browsing on it, but that didn't hardly come up at all last year, so it is what it is. But anyways, I'm gonna get to work. I'm going to blow as much of this crap out of here as I can. I'll probably take my saw and do a little cutting on what's still standing, pull up as much as I can, just manual labor, and see if I can make this something. All right guys, break time. This is the side of the plot that I haven't messed with yet. This is the side that I have. You can see there's nothing but the stuff that was growing underneath the leaves and barely poking through on this side now. This is a little bit more work than I wanted. Kind of got worried I was going to run out of fuel. That's why I stopped for a minute. But you can see it's uncovering a lot of nice looking soil. All the leaves are along the edge now. And if I have any bit of gas left once I clear the rest of this out, my plan will be to come back and blow that in there just as far as I can. And a lot of people might ask, why aren't you burning this? Well, because my stepmom's parents do not want to burn this. This woods was logged a long time ago. It wasn't done correctly. They left a lot of treetops and stuff all over the place, so this place is extremely thick. It wouldn't take much for the whole thing to burn down. There's still a lot of good timber to be cut here eventually in the future, so. I guess I'm done. See, pretty obvious. The bottom of this bag got some moisture in it, so this isn't even going to take. I mean, I don't think it will anyways. But doesn't seem like the red has got any moisture in it. So we're just going to mix these both up. The good thing about this is, if this clover doesn't come up, I'll be able to come back in here and sow like 50 pounds of oats or winter wheat or something, and I could actually make this into something this fall as far as a kill plot. There's that damn spider. Get out of there. So here's the cool thing about this food plot and what I'm doing today is, even though if most of this seed is older, doesn't germinate, I can still come back in here in a month or so, closer towards the end of October, and sow a ton of oats, wheat, something that grows late the deer will still be attracted to because it's that green food source. The thing I love about this food plot goes along with the thing I hate about this property is that it's narrowish. I don't know the exact distance from one side to the other, but the access is the ridge top through a set of like drainages. So once the leaves are off the trees in here, it makes it extremely hard to freaking access without bumping these deer. So the key is to stay out until something good shows up, come in here with the God-given wind and hope to God that it works out. And that's why this food plot is so crucial to making this property worth it, is that it's in the middle of the property. It sets up right off 2 or 3 different drainages, so the deer, if the buck is coming out of one where the thermals are dropping to him or whatever the situation may be, you can set up just off of it and hope that your wind and thermals carry it off down the other drainage. It's in the centralized part of this entire block of woods, not only this property. So when it is a good, green, beautiful food source, it is kind of like in the center of things, so it makes attracting deer a little bit easier. Alright guys, so let's go over today. I was fortunate enough to get some time to come back here. As you can see, the leaf blower made a huge difference in this food plot. I wish most of this would not have grown back after I sprayed it, but it is what it is at this point. It is days from October, about a week or so, and it'll be October 1st, which is pretty wild to think. I've only really hunted 2 times, and that's just not me. But as you guys can see, hopefully in the camera, all that clover on the ground. So the goal was to get the leaf matter off the ground, and then the other goal was to way overseed this food plot. This thing is 1/8 of an acre. It's a hair over 1/8 technically, but the best thing about it is located dead center of this property. I'll show you guys on the map, hopefully. It's also in dead center of a large block of timber in general with the surrounding properties. So it makes it a pretty nice little kill location. The hard part is getting in here. The cool thing is my lane walking in is pretty secluded. The only problem is getting in here while the deer are in the food plot, which based off the past, but this is a killer north wind spot. Most of the deer come right out over here or come up through here. There's a drainage right down in there. This is a ridge point, and then there's another drainage on the other side. And what makes this spot so huntable is it seems like from this oak tree to right in here somewhere, anything that way will blow down in that drainage and just get sucked down in there. So the deer think they're bulletproof coming into this plot. But it turns out if you hunt this tree, or you can see my old tree stand up here, a lot of times I've gotten away with some hunts. As long as it's not too iffy going back and forth, my thermals and scent will actually pull straight down this like road off to the left where there's a drainage, and the sun sets back here. So it actually pulls those thermals that way, making it pretty bulletproof if you get in here on a good northwest to a west wind. You don't want to play with a northeast, that's for sure. I found that out the hard way, but hopefully this thing comes up and can get some good hunts off of it. I haven't really got a good established food plot back here since 2018, which is when I killed my last buck back here on this property. Pretty nice 9-point. Chased him for a while, and finally he made a fatal mistake right inside the woods over here. But also looking forward to getting a trail camera over here on this white oak. I have created a little bit of a mock scrape right here. Took a beech branch and broke it. That way it's down there where they can work it. I've even doused it with my own special potion, and looking forward to getting a camera on that tree. And especially mid-October, this place seems to heat up. That's why I'm really praying that God sends me just a torrential downpour. Let's get this seed growing and get something established back here. But guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, do so if you would like to. I've got a ton of previous hunts on the channel and should have quite a few more coming up, God willing. This was basically to show you guys that even with the minimal equipment, you guys can still do food plots. You guys can. Like I said, I've got like a brown thumb or something going on. I've also got my camera not wanting to focus on me. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.